So I'm shocked. I'm actually shocked at how high the viewership was for the WNBA finals this year. Look, I'm genuinely shocked. Like 1.9 million viewers peaking at 2.5 million, albeit a really good game. Like it was a really, really good game. The game was on a Friday night, so good time. I'm shocked. I'm genuinely shocked. But like I'm pleasantly surprised because look, the league like it's not the gotcha people think it is that, people aren't going to watch these finals. Game one was a really good game of basketball. And my whole thing was that it just doesn't seem like the interest is there at all. Because normally you can gauge by social media interest, not like entirely by social media interest, but you can kind of gauge. And there wasn't that much buzz over these games. Like even the unbelievable game Jackie Young had in game two, there should have been more buzz about that. For me, there was more buzz when Arike in the All-Star game than that. Which in fairness, fair enough. Like there was double the amount of people watching that. There was more buzz with the Commissioner's Cup and Natasha Howard, albeit the Commissioner's Cup and more viewers. And I'm going to be honest, like 1.9 million viewers is a important Caitlin Clark game or important Fever game without Caitlin Clark. With Caitlin Clark, 1.9 on ESPN doesn't happen. You're looking closer to 3. But these are still good numbers without Caitlin. They are. These are... And look, this is what you want to see. This is absolutely what you want to see if you're a WNBA fan. And if you are a WNBA player, I genuinely mean this. If you're a WNBA player and you are like a like what you call it? If you are a like fan of the players and fan of the league, this gives the players so much leverage. I thought, there's going to be less viewership. It's going to give the players less leverage. I was wrong. I'll put my hand up and admit I was wrong. These are really good viewers. These are really good. And like these are the biggest non-Caitlin Clark games we've seen in 2 years. Who are the people who are waiting for the ratings? Man, tickets were cheap. And I thought that was a bad sign. That was a really bad sign. But people clearly... I always say this when I'm like, do people care enough to pay? And I deem attention as a form of currency. Like, people pay for things either with money or with their time. And people didn't go out there and pay with their money necessarily for these games, but they pay with their time, which is equally as valuable. So for me, I think it's a really big thing for the league. I think it's really important. And look, there's no Caitlin. There's no Angel. There's no Fee. There's none of the top all-star vote getters. And still pulling in these numbers is impressive. Like, it is absolutely it is impressive. Like, for all the people being like, oh, what about the people who said they weren't watching? I mean, you can have this gotcha. But I think the comeback to that is literally a random Fever game will get more. Like the Commissioner's Cup final where Caitlin didn't even play got more viewers than this. But it's more than last year. Even though the get-in price was a lot higher last year. The get-in price was actually a lot higher last year. And a lot of people are like, oh, people were watching to hate watch the Mercury. There's not that many people hate watch. Let's be very clear with this. Just in life, not that many people hate watch. Yes, there is a person currently having a great hate watch, who's having a great hate watch right here. Like, I'm having a great time hate watching on the Phoenix Mercury. But at the end of the day, people don't necessarily hate watch. People will watch because of drama, but there's no drama between the Mercury and the Aces. Like, there's none whatsoever. And look, if the Aces win, I think you're looking at WNBA GOAT status being cemented. Like, I think it's really difficult to argue that Paige is not the WNBA GOAT. Like, she has what? How many Taurasi's won? She's more MVPs than Taurasi and more titles than Taurasi. Like, I get it, Taurasi had the longevity, but like, she even broke Taurasi's scoring record. She even broke Diana Taurasi's scoring record in a season, so, or the points per game record. So it is, like, it is what it is. I think maybe you could argue Taurasi, but like, I don't think there's no argument for Fia over Maya Moore. Everyone being like, oh, Maya Moore won 4 titles in 8 years, man. Age is about to win 3 with 4 MVPs. And yeah, it's a big thing to show the trajectory of this league is upwards. And this is actually one of the more positive things, because viewership in general, went up on national TV games because the Fever played most of them. Like, the non-Fever games barely went up from last year. But this is big because these are more viewed than the Fever. Like, these are more viewed than the Fever semifinals games, which is actually huge. I have to say, I didn't think it was going to happen. I didn't think they were going to be more viewed, even in the semifinals, than the Fever semifinals games, but they are. They are, and it just shows the league's in a good spot. And people are genuinely paying with their eyes. Like, I'm one of them. I think the series has been good so far. I think the game 1 was fantastic. And I think Jackie Young, Age in the first half and Jackie in the third quarter were unbelievable in game 2. And I think it's been a fun enough final so far. Like, I'm absolutely not opposed to anything in these finals. I think it's been fun. I think it's been fun so far. I think the actual games have been better than last year's finals. Because last year, game 1 was pretty good. Game 2 was a blowout. Game 3, the Lynx threw it away. Game 4, very, very iffy, foul on a rebound. Game 5, rigged. Like, the actual basketball was not great last year. So, yeah, that is pretty much it. So for all the people being like, oh yeah, the WNBA doesn't need Caitlin Clark. I mean, if this was the Fever with Caitlin Clark, it would be. We all know that this viewership would be 7 million, 8 million. Like, a Caitlin Clark game 7 of the finals would have 10 million, more than 10 million people watching. Like, we all know that. Like, these numbers would be 6, 7, 8 million, but 2 million is still real good. 2 million is still real good, especially considering the fact that none of like the top names. I know Angel Wilson is, but let's be real, Angel Wilson's never been not dominate the ratings. She's like the female Embiid. She's like a female Embiid without the injuries. She's never going to dominate the ratings necessarily, but hell of a player. But with it being the Mercury as a second team, I'm actually kind of shocked. But anyway, I'll see you guys.